spaghetti. It has a night to be in that Tupperware and
You mean the
soak in
sauce?
all
The
the
sauce.
juices. Yeah. I mean, it just tastes better,
Not
I
just
think, the
plain
next
spaghetti.
day.
I feel like
No,
Yeah, I
where
was
you
going to
got
say mixed spaghetti is so dry.
Oh, I disagree. If
Yeah.
you have the angel hair pasta mixed in with the
No.
sauce, the marinara, and it's in the Tupperware, the next morning it tastes so
and like
good.
a steak. So you're eating a steak at a restaurant. You take it home. You got to reheat it. It's going to be medium or medium rare.
That's why
Yeah.
I order
I mean,
my steaks rare.
well done or whatever.
I have like a bite of the edge, box that thing up, and the next day when I reheat it, then it's
You
medium
got to barely
rare.
touch. Yeah, you got to barely touch it. Yeah.
Right. 833-390-KRBE. I'm going to Christy first. Christy is about to tell us a food that is better the next day that has come up a lot on text at 37530 because people on text think this flavor just gets richer. Of what food, Christy? Tell us.
Red beans and rice and seafood gumbo. I'm from New
Gumbo.
Orleans, and that is it.
Yep. Gumbo.
I could do that, yeah.
Why is
As a
gumbo better
leftover.
the next
oh my
day?
God, because that flavor just
Yes.
that gumbo filet flavor just gets, like the texture says, gets richer, right? Now, red beans and rice,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never made that personally. I've purchased it, and I guess there's a technique, I guess, to not have the rice dry out, right?
Absolutely.
You got to
And
make
I
sure
could-
it's really
I
covered.
could send. Yeah, I can send you in the recipe how to do it.
Okay, I love it. I can't wait
right.
to try it. Red beans and rice and gumbo.
I
Yeah,
did do
it's so delicious.
Try it Tuesday. People bring their leftovers up here and we can try them.
Eric, only
No.
if it's the second day
No.
leftovers
But
that we
have
think
to,
are better.
They have to eat it first, though. Like, I'm not going to just
Oh.
eat their
Fine
food.
with that.
Like, I'm going to watch them eat it. That way
Make
they
sure
can't
you're not
poison
being
me.
poisoned.
No.
Like, we're going to do that to you.
That is, I would poison you.
Yeah.
Just because you're making us do this, I would poison you.
I'm going to have this 5-day-old food for Eric.
Whatever you
Joe
guys
is
eat
next.
Saturday night, we'll bring in Tuesday. You guys, whatever you eat Saturday, save
No.
some. We'll see if it's any
You're
good.
such a
no.
sicko.
Because it's gross.
Oh my God. 833-390-KRBE. There are foods that are better the next day, not 5 days later, the next day. Joe, what do you have on that list for food tasting better the next day? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. It is absolutely going to have to be chili, with or without the beans. If you make it from scratch, it's going to be better the next day.
Is there a
maybe
tomato
you got me
base
on
to
that
your
one.
chili?
I can understand the chili.
Because
Yes.
all the
Chili
spices
also-
have soaked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like anything tomato based,
Exactly.
anything that we're talking about has a tomato base to it, don't we?
But I can't do spaghetti the next day. I don't think it tastes as good, but I can
I
do
do.
chili the next
The
day.
sauce, yes. The meat sauce, yes. Not mixed with, because listen, my trick is with spaghetti, I got to leave a little bit of the pasta water to the side. It goes room temperature. When I pack it in the Tupperware, I put a little pasta water on it so at least it has a little moisture to it.
Okay.
So when I reheat it, it's not
I
dry.
use olive oil in my spaghetti, and I let that just sort of hit it after I cook it, and it keeps it nice and moist.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
Can't you just make it fresh the next day?
It's a pain.
No, it takes so much longer.
Yeah,
Joe, you sound like a
big
chef. Are you a chef?
I'm not a chef. I am the furthest thing from a chef. I just enjoy cooking.
What
and
are you?
watching those,
What is your
Yeah,
job?
what's
what
your
is your job?
profession?
My job, I work for an engineering company here in Houston.
Yep,
You're
that's way
a
different.
smarty pants.
See,
You're a
Well, him
smarty
adding
pants.
olive
He's,
oil, I
he's
wouldn't
got
have
an
seen
engineer's
that.
mind, though, so
Maybe
he
that's
knows
why.
how to prepare.
Right. Oh, no, I want
Oh,
to
but I am not an engineer. Guys,
Oh.
don't let me mislead you. I'm not an engineer. I work for an engineer.
Okay.
Nice. Thanks for clarifying.
We're all wrong on that
Hey,
one.
you could have said it's radio. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
believed you.
calling our show, Joe, and listening and
His
giving
friends
us
would be like-
the chili advice. Because, yeah, I think that's good. I've never personally made
You got
chili.
me on the chili.
But, yeah,
He is
chili, I
right.
feel like, yeah.
I can agree with that one. That's
I will agree. Chili.
and the jumbo.
The jumbo.
Gumbo.
What?
The jumbo gumbo.
I'm like, what's a jumbo? What are we talking about now?
A jumbo vat of
I'm
gumbo.
thinking of like jumbo shrimp.
But I also agree
Gumbo.
that sometimes you can grill something. Like I make this grilled chicken out. You know, I put the wood chips in, I smoke it. It tastes so good. And I put it in the Tupperware. And the next day, it really tastes like that flavor.
chicken.
It's so good.
Same as
Let's
like
go
chicken.
to Carmen on the line at 833-390-KRBE. Food that tastes better the next day. Carmen, what is it?
Hey, don't judge me too harshly, but it's tuna casserole. The next day for me is so delicious.
Hold on.
Cat food.
Hold on. I said don't judge her. But Carmen, let me ask you a question for real.
I got to judge.
I am from a restaurant background. I consider myself a foodie. I like to try a lot of things and not judge it before I try it. Just have a bite and see how you like it. But tuna casserole is something I cannot get on board with even trying one time. Please tell me how you prepare it so I can think it sounds good because I was raised on television where sitcoms were making tuna casserole and it never was presented
The
well.
Goldbergs.
It is really good if you make it good.
The mom
How do
always
you
makes
make
that.
Put mayonnaise in it?
Carmen? What do you do? What is tuna casserole? Is it noodles and like canned starfish?
So it's egg noodles. Well, how I make it is I make it with egg noodles, tuna, cream of chicken, and a lot of salt and pepper and some other seasonings that I put in there.
You don't put like
But
mayonnaise
nobody in
in
my
it?
family likes it. I'm the only one that likes it.
Because
And
it
my
smells
mom
like cat food.
had made it for me, and I just always loved it.
So you use like canned tuna, right? Like a Starkist
Yes.
tuna. You
Yeah,
drain the
drain it.
like
water.
the little packets
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
don't have the water in them. I use those ones.
Sorry, Charlie.
And, Because I just think like cream of
really
chicken.
simple. And cream of chicken.
I would
yeah.
rather heat up the cream of chicken soup and just drink that
Ew.
instead of having the tuna casserole.
I do cream of mushroom.
I like eating that out of the can.
Out of the
Oh, out of
can.
the can.
A lot of people
Yeah.
do that
Okay.
with rice, too. And
Yeah.
Wait, cream of mushroom.
Cream
no,
of
the
chicken
with
soup.
it?
The tuna.
But rice
Oh, the
is
tuna.
never
Yes.
good the next day. Rice is not something, I love like a steamed, fluffy rice.
Rice
the
is
next
an art,
day, it does
making rice.
not make the journey.
So what were you making, Sam, you said?
Sorry, for my tuna casserole, because I really like tuna casserole, I do cream of mushroom.
Okay.
The egg noodles, like she said, I add green peas to it, and then I put breadcrumbs on top of it so that it's like a
I
hard.
bring it in for Try Tuesday.
It's like a hard top.
Doesn't it smell fishy?
Can you make it?
It does smell fishy, but it's tuna. Like it's
Maybe we
supposed to
can,
be.
I
love tuna, like
don't know.
sushi
Tuna
tuna.
in noodles
Eric.
is not something I want.
Grab one of
I-
those stray cats from behind the building.
No,
You need to try it with the cream of mushroom. And
I
see
love
how
it
that-
with mushroom, and then
Yeah.
the peas as like a vegetable and add some color to it because everything else is like that beige color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it's
Beige,
just visually,
green,
I don't
and-
think it's
yeah.
appealing unless
That
I
could be it.
see. Maybe I need to see a picture of it. But thanks for calling, Carmen. You have us having an
You're
idea of
welcome.
trying it at
Yeah,
least.
that doesn't even sound good as it's just a meal.
Tuna
No.
casserole sounds like a
That's a bummer.
1980s staple.
And-
That's
and
a
It's a comfort.
1980s
It's a
staple.
comfort food.
describing
That's what it is.
something as
comfort.
beige,
Yes.
a beige food, that doesn't sound
I'm a
good.
beige
people
mom,
are
so
saying-
it
That
makes
sound
sense.
good.
Yeah, people are saying tuna and dumpling. I mean, not tuna. A chicken and dumplings is like the same kind of comfort food that it tastes better the next
And it's
day,
beige.
and that is a beige food.
So-
First time I ever had it ever was at the Cracker Barrel last year.
Oh,
and I was
Cracker
like,
Barrel.
Kev makes a great chicken
Oh, he
dumpling.
brags about that.
It's really good.
it's
I actually
basically
ate
raw
it.
biscuits
Is
on
it
top
good?
of soup. Is
Yes.
that what it is? Basically, it's like a soup with raw biscuits
Did you
on
put in a
top.
crock pot? Did you
Yes.
put in a
Yeah.
crock pot?
Oh,
Like a thick soup?
I don't know. Yeah, it's
Would
like
you
a thick
describe it like
soup.
that?
Yes,
Thick soup
It's like a thick soup.
with dumpling with little drops of biscuit.
Something
yeah,
you want on
he
a
does
hot-
big dumplings.
You don't want that on a hot July
Hot summer day.
No.
Nothing better than that.
That's like a February.
All right, y'all go to the listener line and battle this out on what y'all think is the best food afterwards. I mean, after it was made. At 713-278-VENT. It's time for Roula's Relationship Roulette. That's where I spin the wheel. And what's it land on? Today it landed on, what's your go-to topic for a first date, icebreaker? What's your go-to topic? Like, you're going to have a first date. You got to have some conversation. This is a safe topic to talk to open up some conversation with the new person in your life.
Thanks, maybe you use that all the time. Maybe you go on like a bunch of dates.
And it's always the
and
topic
it always
that
hits.
wins.
It always wins.
833-390-KRBE is our phone number. Give us a call, and we'll talk about it next on The Rule and Ryan Show.
More of the Rule and Ryan Show.
All right,
this is so
Roula's
fun off the air.
Relationship Roulette.
We are laughing and laughing to ourselves over here. You guys texting us at 37530, but you can call us at 833-390-5723. What kind of laugh is that, Ryan?
creepy, Ryan. Ew. I feel like I have to like brush that
Yeah.
off me.
That sounds like something like Brian would have you in a dungeon.
Puts the lotion on
No, it
his
wasn't
chin.
deep. It was like,
You're like,
He's like, you like that?
So the question is, what is your go-to topic on a first date as an icebreaker? The reason we're laughing is because somebody wrote, and we don't know if they're kidding or not. What's your favorite dinosaur? Whether it's your kids, it's a great question for first dates or talking to kids for some random person at a bar. You got to keep kids busy. Ask them what their favorite dinosaur is. Good 20 minutes. Mine's a Stegosaurus.
Like I would
Sam, what would you do
I
if a
would-
guy did that?
dip. I would be like, let me finish my drink and I'm out.
There's no making out with a guy that.
No, also, I don't
Loves
even want my
dinosaurs.
kid to know about dinosaurs, and you're trying to
Oh,
bring
remember, she's
dinosaurs on the
anti-dinosaur mom. She's
yeah,
beige.
do not buy me anything dinosaur for
I'm
my
buying
child.
all the
Don't do
pajamas
it.
at Christmas.
Irvin did it. Our digital person. Irvin got Santiago a full dinosaur outfit with a dinosaur on the
The
sweatshirt
hoodie, amazing.
and the pants, and then a
Amazing.
dinosaur
And did you
tour.
sell it on one of those like eBay or
Poshmark?
something?
What'd you do
No.
with this gift?
Depot or whatever? it's
Actually,
called?
Santiago loves the dinosaur toy, so now he plays with that. And oh, how sad. He outgrew that dino outfit.
Oh my God, you are so mean. Okay, Mallory's up
You
first.
shrunk it.
Let's go to Mallory first. We're talking about great ice-breaking topics on first dates. Mallory, what's yours? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, y'all. How are you?
Awesome.
Sounds like you're in the rain. Are you outside?
Good.
I'm listening for
All
rain
right.
because
Of
I know it's so
course, right?
rainy. Okay, what's your topic?
I know, and So my first date topic would be, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
That's very good.
Do you judge them? No, say what they just go, I'd really like to go to Minnesota. You're like, wait.
Oh, that's how you get to know what their
You
personality
go anywhere in the world?
is. They don't have like a wide vision.
It depends what
turn
the
off?
follow-up is, though. What if they say, I've got my
'Cause they have a mall. They have a giant mall.
grandmother's there, and she's not doing well, and I wish I had time to visit with her. She's such a wonderful woman.
Mallory, have you ever gotten a bad answer to that question?
Usually not. I feel like maybe it's the people I seek out, but they have like at least a decent answer to where then we can pivot to talking about, food and like other places that they have been, and it's just a good like pivot topic.
I think that's good.
What are you looking for though? Like, do you get excited when you hear them say Barcelona, Ibiza?
Barcelona.
Yeah, like as long as they've been out of the United States, I feel like that's a good sign. You know what I mean?
See,
And I think that's it's a good litmus test, because
prove my point to you,
if
I like
the
you.
answer is, I don't really care for travel. I just like to stay close to home. I've actually never been outside of Houston. Then you know what you're getting right there.
That's true.
If you're somebody who likes to
nothing wrong
travel
with
or
that.
do things, you're like, I can't be with this person.
Yeah, if
They
you're
never
a
want to
traveler.
leave the city limits.
Or you could show them the way.
What if they don't want to know the way?
Yeah, they're like, no,
Oh,
I
they
don't
want
need to
the
see
way.
anything. I'm
Yeah.
fine here
Do you
in
want
my
my-
movie room
just
drinking
cool.
my bourbon.
Hey,
You asked this question.
that sounds personal.
I'm spicy
Sorry.
today.
No, I know you are. Wait, Mallory, what'd you say? Mallory, what were you saying? Sorry. We were cutting down
Oh,
Eric
no,
over
you're
here.
fine. No, I was just saying that would tell me that they're closed-minded, and like Sam said, just finish my drink and head out.
Yeah,
That's all
That's
they
what
want.
I was asking.
Yeah.
So the whole reason you ask is to find out whether or not they're open to something.
But you find out about them.
open.
That's how you find out about their personality,
That's a
who they
great
are,
question.
and if y'all are going to be compatible. Because what if somebody says, I just can't stand traveling. I think it's terrible. Like, I would never be able to mesh with that person. Like, you never want to go anywhere ever.
And that's
if
not
we
to
start
say-
dating, you never want to go anywhere.
But that's not to say there's anything wrong. That works for that person.
well,
Right,
that
but
means
then-
that person doesn't work for you.
Yeah,
So
nobody
get the hell out of
never
there.
said it's wrong. They just said it's wrong for that person. If
The
they like to
question is,
travel.
what is your
Yeah.
go-to ice-breaking topic on a first date? Some people say you can just say, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? What if the answer is, well, that's a good question because I don't really have a lot of free time. I mean, the fact that we're on a date right now is pretty free time because I haven't had a date in 6 months because I'm always working.
Oh,
Would
yeah,
that turn you
that's-
off?
Yeah, that would. Always
They say I
working.
don't have
They're never
free
going to put
time.
you first.
First.
Their job.
But at
maybe
least
they
they're
don't have
being
a reason.
honest.
Maybe they don't have a reason to put you first yet because they don't have
I mean, it's
anybody
good for you
extra
to
in their
find
life.
out, though. That's a
Yeah.
good question to ask.
Yeah.
All
Or
the working.
you could expect like possibly the next date they may bail out because they're always busy. So it's going to be really hard maybe to secure this next date to really get to know them.
And what was the conversation was it on Monday about you have to give somebody 3 dates to really give them a chance?
Yes.
Because in our
Yeah, Monday we
ADD
talked about
world
that.
of dating, you're just like in and out. Like, nope.
But it's because you're nervous the first date and, and
Crap,
you're
I
not as comfortable, I forget. That's why they said the third date.
Is where you kind of, yeah.
Like Sam's got friends that they like to go on dates, and some friend you said had.
I told her.
was trying to go on a
It's like,
third
you
date.
need to go on a third date. Just one more date. And then at least you can say you tried because the chemistry's there. You're feeling the connection, but it's like maybe you're looking for that spark and you didn't get it on date 1 or
What
date
were the
2.
negatives, Sam? Like, what were the drawbacks?
I don't want to say.
But we don't know who the person is.
No, we don't know who this is.
I don't. They were just talking about
Physically?
someone that. No, I think. Well, I mean, maybe
too much conversation about
physically-
past relationships?
Yeah, and
Okay.
maybe physically they only wear a hat on a date.
Oh,
you
is it
know?
catfisher?
Yeah.
Maybe
you
we don't
think
know what
he's
the real hair
bald
looks
under
like.
the
All
hat?
the pictures. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, bald men.
Have they done a
need
night
love
date?
too.
Because if you're
but,
not supposed to wear a hat at nighttime
In a
Unless you're
restaurant?
going to a nighttime Astros
I
game.
mean,
Yeah.
They wear a
right.
hat.
My husband wears a hat all the time, and he has hair.
But does he wear
Even-
one when you go to a fancy restaurant at night?
If his hair's not done, he'll
On
probably
your
put a hat.
anniversary, he didn't wear a hat, right?
That
Yeah.
is true. He did not wear a hat.
Oh, this person, the people are texting us topics for icebreakers on first dates.
Mm-hmm.
This one is just simple. The simple question is Astros or Rangers?
Ooh.
Oh.
If the person says, oh, I don't follow sports, then you know who you're getting.
Yeah,
they
they
don't
do.
follow any sports and you're passionate. Or if they dare say Rangers, I have to say why.
Can you be a
Is that,
Especially after they beat us
is
in the
that
ALCS.
really a big turnoff, though?
If you are an
No.
Astros fan and they beat us in the
Let a
ALCS,
sports team
and you hate the
determine whether or
Rangers?
not you find true love.
100%. Ryan, look how many times we've talked about these.
No, because my wife
people cannot
hates,
be together
my
when
wife-
they're.
She hates the Cowboys with
That's
a
what-
passion.
yeah.
Her whole life she's hated Dallas Cowboys.
And that's why you don't have a Dallas Cowboys comforter on your bed.
I'm wearing it. Look what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing the Texan shirt. I have no choice. For her.
Yeah,
I do
like
it for
Mark
her.
didn't like the Steelers when we first started dating. That wasn't a big turnoff. If anything,
still
it's like
a
a
Cowboys
fun,
fan.
competitive, like, oh, my
Well,
team's going to
didn't
beat
like
your team.
versus hates is different. Didn't like, doesn't have an
True.
opinion is different. If you are like me, I'm Astros crazy, right?
Yeah.
My husband was raised in Dallas. All he knew was Rangers.
You hated Dallas.
The first Major League Baseball game I went to see something that, because he was a Rangers fan, I didn't have an allegiance to the Astros yet. I just, my tiers of sports in Houston has been like Rockets, then it was Texans, then it was Astros. It just depends on how my life went. We went to the Rangers ALCS game where they won to go to the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, and they got swept. Did they get swept? No, it went to game 6
they
or 7.
choked.
They choked. Yeah, they were one strike away.
One strike or
they were one strike away, and they lost.
Something really hurtful.
So he's a Rangers guy. It didn't bother me because I was not nuts for the Astros in my life yet.
But you didn't like
Right.
Dallas. For years, you made fun of Dallas.
About what? Sports?
Just Dallas on the radio, and then you started dating a Dallas guy, and then
Oh, yeah.
all of a sudden, Dallas isn't
I
so
don't
bad,
remember
guys.
having a hatred for Dallas.
Yes, and then you're like, I don't know why you guys.
Eric, I do not remember having a hatred for Dallas. I went to SMU in Dallas, and I did not hate it. I liked
believe
it.
you said something like the only thing good to come out of
I
Dallas.
never
is
said that,
I-45
Ryan. That's
to
you.
Houston.
I never said that. I don't have a recollection of having a hate
Because you
for
changed.
Dallas.
I remember that. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, she drank
It's
the
a little,
Kool-Aid.
making out with a little bit of Dallas boy over here.
Yeah, I'll taste that.
Kool-Aid.
Big D.
Oh, my God.
That's what's called the Big D. Dallas is called the Big D.
Sure it is, Roula.
Have you heard that Mark Chestnut song? I'm going to the Big D. I don't mean Dallas. It was about divorce.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a
Yes,
country
it
song.
is.
It's a
Never heard
90s
that.
country song.
It is. I
Anyway,
think they
my point
remade it.
is, as passionate as I am now, 2024, Roula, if I was a single girl and they beat us in the ALCS last year the way they did, and I hated every bit of it, I'd be like,
Like the
you're a
Cardinals.
Rangers.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Nut. I
A
can't.
lot of people hate the Cardinals around here.
No, yeah, Cardinals were a
Rules.
monkey
But
on
let
our
me
back
ask
for
you
so
guys
many
a question.
years.
Don't you think a lot of people, for instance, before I went on a first date with my now fiance, we had conversation before we had the first date. So we got to know each other a little bit, going back and forth, whether it be messaging or we actually talked on the phone. And I was like, wow, I really want to meet her. She seems like amazing. And she was. And I think a lot of people now, I mean, I never used a dating app, but I would have to assume that
Yeah, but
you've done
she
some.
knew everything about you. She listened to the show.
Well, yeah, but the
Ryan always says he's never dated a listener, and then he's engaged
getting married
to a
to one.
listener. So don't ever say it.
But the
I just think look
difference
down on me when I used to
She
date
knew
listeners.
you as Ryan from the Rule and Ryan show.
The difference is that, you know,
I'm
you
just saying.
don't know the real, you know,
Yeah.
me. You just know what you hear on the radio. And then because she even told me, she goes, I always thought you were kind of a jerk on the radio. And she goes, I didn't really want to go out. You know, I wouldn't, you know, I had my reservations.
did the
about
opposite for
going
you.
out with you. And then when she went out with me, she's like, wow, you're nothing like, you know, you're a really nice guy. And, you know, I said, we all have our roles on the show and everything. But I think that so many people, you do a little preliminary chit chat before you even go on that date, don't you?
I mean, that's
Well,
how you
yeah,
meet.
but
I mean,
that's how
don't
you
you remember
meet.
when Christina
That's
was
how
on our
you
show? She said it was simple text, never a phone call. Ew, gross. And then the first conversation ever was at the table on the first date.
Yeah, she wouldn't talk.
That one was set us off. Like, we're like, wait, what? So you've never talked to the person ever until they show up for the first
Then
date?
they
She goes,
talk?
No, that's gross. That's
Hi,
weird.
how you doing?
Yeah. Maybe that doesn't bother some people, though.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Okay, then I'd be out. Then I'd be out.
Hey, dude, real quick, we got time for
That's
one
so
more call.
funny.
All right.
Oh,
right here.
Lord.
The go-to?
Who's this one? Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. What's your name? Is this Tom? Is this Paul? John? Ringo?
This is a certain gentleman you married who from a city that you would apparently talk crap about. On air.
Oh, yeah. She hated Dallas before
Tasso,
you.
I do not, like 100, I will put my hand on the Bible. I do
No.
not remember crapping all over Dallas.
Oh.
I do not.
I'm moving out of the house. This house is going to be burned down by the lightning of God after that one.
What are you saying? You're believing them over me, babe? I have birthed 3 of your
I'm not saying you went
children.
on. I'm not saying you went on like a tirade or anything, but you were pretty
Anti-Dallas.
anti-Dallas. And then you guys started
right.
Look,
dating.
every Houstonian I've ever met, and I've lived in Houston now for 16 years, every single one has something negative to say about anything north of Conroe. It's just how it is. And Dallas, especially, is right in the middle of the bullseye of the target.
Because they went to hit
Every single Houstonian.
They went to
That-
hit
yeah, you
Oklahoma.
bet.
The rule
It's
is going
true.
to be impervious or exception to the rule.
No, I
'cause I don't believe that either.
listen, and also I've seen this. I talked about this. Remember, babe, when we went to the Texans Cowboys game? I was so disappointed in our city. I had to go on the air the next
Yeah.
day because I was
That
so
sucked.
gut punched by our Houstonians. My husband and I had gone to this game. He was in a Cowboys jersey. I was in a Texans jersey. And it was not even like a thing between us. I'm like, oh, I hate Cowboys. Like I'm telling y'all about Rangers and Astros. It wasn't that level. I was just a fly-by-night fan. It wasn't like hardcore. Our car died Our car died in the parking lot. I was pregnant with our first kid. It was boiling hot. And nobody would help us because Tasso was in a Cowboys jersey.
What?
You know what they'd say? They'd walk by and go, "What's wrong, cowgirl? Your car doesn't work?" Like,
that
we got
sucks.
that's
ridiculed
not cool.
and berated by people in the parking lot of the Texans game because he was in a Cowboys jersey and I was sitting in the car because it was so hot. I had to be in the shade with the door open. And I just could not believe how terrible everyone treated us because Tasso was in a Cowboys jersey. And the man who helped us was Hooten Tasso. It was a man that if you saw him in an alley, you would run for your life. You would be profiling him
100%.
that he's a criminal. He was the sweetest
100%.
man who came out with jumper cables. He pulled up his truck. He's like, "How can I help you guys?" I was like, "Oh my God, you're so nice."
Aw.
And thank you so much for trying to help us. And it was even the staff at NRG Park in the golf carts would not help us.
Correct.
They said you
And
can't.
how?
It was terrible.
How long were we there, babe?
Oh
we
my God,
were in the heat
hours.
for hours.
And nobody would help a
And
pregnant
The
woman.
whole parking lot was empty by the time we
they
were
didn't
done.
care.
They did not
They had
care.
no care
I could
in the
not
world
believe
that
it.
Roula was pregnant. She was showing.
Wow.
No care in the world that she was pregnant.
And he was-
only
'cause he was
because
in
I was wearing
Cowboys
a
jersey.
jersey.
I would have ripped his jersey off and been like, "You're naked right now, Tasso. We need this car to start. You're taking one for the team."
Come on, Big D.
And I don't know why the auto help wasn't an option. Like, why were we there for so long? Like, you would think like we'd have called like the dealership.
This
or,
was like
it was
14 years
Sunday,
ago.
and it was it was like
Who cares? Sam, I took one for
14
the
years
team
ago.
16 years ago when I moved to Houston.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
I-
every time he went somewhere and he said where he was from, he'd get.
Oh God,
crapped
every
on.
time. And I
Yeah.
really felt bad.
Oh no!
because
Listen. First day on the job, that the company that moved me to Houston 16 years ago, an oil and gas company. I won't say who. I'm sitting in a meeting room with my entire new team, 25 people in the room. They go around the room, introduce all the new employees. I'm number 4 to be introduced. Hi, this is Tassos. He's going to be working on this and that, and he came to us from Dallas. Everybody in the room goes, "Oh God."
Oh no!
I know, it's terrible.
Oh my God!
I
that's
mean,
so-
really, I
What
feel
the
bad.
hell?
Like, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, like we're still
Where did I
Texans.
move
I know.
Yeah, we're still
The
Texans.
flip
Like, I
side
don't
is,
take it-
let
I
me
don't-
ask you a question, Tasso. So, when you lived in Dallas, didn't you ever
Yeah.
get the feeling that Dallas people look down their nose at Houstonians, though?
No. We never had this Dallas-Houston thing. It is very one-sided.
It is. I feel like Dallas doesn't think about
No
us.
one in Dallas cares
Like we think
that
about them.
Houston exists. We don't look at them and go, "Oh my God, Houston is terrible. It's an armpit." Nothing like that. Like, none of my friends growing up ever had anything negative to ever say about Houston, ever. But the moment you show up here,
It was
they
pretty
will
bad.
let you know
And you
very
know why it
quickly
is?
that you are not wanted.
It's all because of the Dallas Cowboys.
Because
and
they
the
got the
Oilers.
shine
Yeah.
versus the Oilers
and really,
and the Cowboys.
the
yeah.
Oilers fans should hate Pittsburgh more than that. They're the ones.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The Steelers are the ones who kept the Oilers from being in the Super Bowl.
No, it's true.
Hate
No,
them,
the
which you
Pittsburgh
should.
Steelers are the armpit of the NFL.
Yes.
So
I mean,
it
let's
is
be honest.
rooted in
Yes.
sports. I know.
Y'all, stop attacking me.
It is
not
rooted in
attacking
sports,
you.
though.
It
Going
is.
back to the sports
I play
conversation.
for them, Ryan. I
you
play
know,
for them.
Could you date somebody who so vehemently just loathes this other team? Look at this rivalry on these cities. It is rooted from sports in the 70s
That's
and
what it
80s
is.
when the Oilers couldn't beat the Steelers because the Steelers would beat the Cowboys, and that's why we could never get
Plus,
past
Dallas
the
got
Steelers to get to the next.
They got that TV show, Dallas.
Oh yeah, that was.
It's talking about oil. 'Cause when I think of oil, for some reason I think of Houston more than Dallas when it comes to oil.
But here's the
But
thing.
because of that
Nationally,
TV
the
show.
brand of Texas is Dallas because of a soap opera in the 70s and 80s. And the rest of the world would be like, "Oh, are you from Texas? You from
No.
Dallas?" And you're like, "No, I'm from
It's
Houston."
not. It's not because of the TV show. It's because of America's team. Let's be honest.
Yeah, both of those
I can
things.
promise you this: my only son, is not a Texans fan.
Because you're
he
raising
is
him to not be.
100% on board a Cowboys fan, just like his daddy. Because I'm his best friend, and the best thing that's ever happened to us.
And end scene. All right, thanks for calling, babe. I love you. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
Houstonians haven't treated you right, babe.
Hey, Tasso, what was your go-to,
Icebreaker conversation?
when we were talking about this?
Do you remember?
My go-to icebreaker conversation.
Like,
What, with Roula?
Yeah.
Ours
I
was-
barely
Well,
had a
that is
chance
the
to talk
ladies.
to her on the phone. She told me how she couldn't stand me and how she'd never date me within 30 seconds, and then hung up on me.
Yeah, he had no chance. He just had to try and win her over.
There was
the
no
icebreaker?
icebreaker. It was just ice.
That's true. But look how it worked out now. Love you, babe. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
Go Dallas. Yay. Bye.
Yeah.
It's KRBE.
Let's go.
Back to Roula and Ryan.
my God, I'm so excited about this, guys. We've got some very special guests in the studio. Usually we do Celebrity Scoop brought to you by Taqueria Arandas. The scoop today is going to be about how you can help your fellow Houstonians. We have a team of people in here for the 16th annual Tip a Cop event. It benefits Special Olympics Texas. This is a statewide event that has raised $1.9+ million since 2008.
Yeah.
And it is happening tonight at 17 different Texas Roadhouse locations. So first we're going to welcome our friend Cliff. To us, he's our super fan Astros friend Cliff that we met at the Astros game. Eric met him first with his wife Lori.
Yep.
And
Actually,
then I met him.
I bought his wife a beer, I believe, because I
She
said
found you first.
I said, if anyone sees me at the game, come up to me, I'll buy you a beer. First person.
And Lori found Eric, and we've all become they're
All
like
friends.
They're like our friends now. Like we look forward to going to Astros games. Hey, let's check in with Cliff and Lori. I'll text you guys. You guys here? So Cliff, welcome to the Roula and Ryan show in an official capacity, sir. I've never seen you in your police uniform.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what
I
branch of
appreciate it.
law
Thank you.
enforcement are you in?
What branch of
Yeah.
law enforcement? I work for Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office.
All right.
So this event that y'all are here to talk about with Special Olympics Texas Roadhouse is all the law enforcement covering Houston, constables, sheriff's department, Houston police, right?
That is
Everybody.
correct. It's agencies all in the area that are participating and will be at the Texas Roadhouses this evening.
Are you going to be wearing the giant Astros necklace?
Yeah, you should put that necklace on to the giant
We're in first place now, Cliff.
Well,
Yes, we are.
It is
Go
called
Astros.
it's called Tip a Cop. So what's the concept behind that? Tip a Cop.
Basically, officers will be assisting the wait staff at the Roadhouse. Giving exactly
filling up the
tea
drinks.
and
Like
filling up
servers,
drinks,
but
and
not
water
full
and stuff.
servers.
You're not
Right.
you're not cooking, are you?
No, not
Right.
cooking. We're giving out some of those delicious rolls.
Oh
at,
my God.
Roadhouse House.
Texas Roadhouse, those rolls are the bomb. Those things are oh my God, they're so good.
We've got Cassandra and Caitlin here from Texas Roadhouse. Hi, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are y'all?
Oh, we're so happy to have you guys. So you have 17 locations that are participating in this Tip a Cop event today, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so anybody who's listening who has seen a Texas Roadhouse in their neighborhood, that one is going to be doing it tonight if they want to go have dinner there tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Any Texas Roadhouse in the Houston area, today is the day to come out.
So what you're
and
saying
enjoy.
is this is a bad night for anyone to try and rob a Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, yes.
There's gonna be a lot of cops.
Not that they should ever, but the event is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes.
So show up.
Does that mean, Cassandra, that when the police officers get a tip, like if I was going to eat there with my family and there is a server that Cliff and Officer Rodriguez and Officer Nino are helping along, am I giving like a tip for that server and then I'm giving another tip for the Tip a Cop? And that's what y'all are collecting?
Yeah, that's basically how it works. We do let our servers know like the purpose of this event.
Yeah.
They just depends like on when you're serving. When they're taking care of the tables, they're going up to them asking for those donations.
Right.
But we are also letting them know, hey, we're going to take care of our servers today because their servers are the ones doing all the work.
Yeah.
Our cops are just there having fun and helping us out. You know,
This is fundraising money.
You know?
And this is such an amazing cause because these proceeds are going to go to benefit Special Olympics
Yeah.
Texas. Y'all, I've been fortunate enough to host a couple Special Olympics, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Well, we've got Heather here
So
from
amazing.
Special Olympics
Yeah.
Texas. Hi,
Hi,
Heather. Welcome to the show. Thanks
how are
for
you?
your time. We're
Hey.
very excited to have you guys.
And we're the East region.
Yes, we are actually the East region, and so we're super excited to have the Tip a Cop event at our 17 different locations. However, Texas Roadhouse across the state is doing a Tip a Cop. So every single location across the state of Texas is doing a Texas Roadhouse Tip a Cop event tonight.
And
So
all
it's from
benefiting.
5 to 9 p.m. if you can go into a Texas Roadhouse to have some fun, or if you're just hearing this and you're like, well, I can't make it out to dinner tonight, but I still want to donate. Where can people donate?
They absolutely can still donate. They can go to sotx.org. We do actually have QR codes available that they can donate electronically, which is wonderful. We'll take any donations we can get. All of the money for our 17 locations actually goes right back to our athletes in the Houston area. And we provide at no cost all 15 different sport activities. We provide regional games, area games, and then our athletes are fortunate they get to go to state games also.
How many athletes did you say? 8,000 athletes?
About 8,000 in the yeah.
And how many competitions do you have throughout the year?
So we have competitions for every single sport. So it's kind of an epic level of sports. I know we call it the season of games. So they actually starts in August. We're always looking for volunteers. If you don't want to donate, you can donate time. We'd love that as well. At each of our locations are flyers that gives information on how you can volunteer for our area games, for our regional games, and then also for our state games.
That is so fantastic. SpecialOlympicsTexas.org, by the way, is the full website. And if you want to donate, it's SOTX.org/Tippecop. 17 locations of Texas Roadhouse. So we have plenty of officers in here today. I feel very safe.
Yeah, well, talk about you guys.
Officers, how do y'all feel today about doing this?
My name's Adrian Rodriguez. I'm the assistant chief with the Houston Police Department. It's just... First off, thank y'all for having us to help us spread the message.
Of course.
Such a great organization. Last night we had a ball at Kingwood with all the kids, the balloons that we gave out to the kiddos. We had our horses out, and the collaboration that we have with the Texas Roadhouse, all the other law enforcement agencies around the region is just so amazing for us to see this and to watch this, because we know that it's going to such a great cause for these special needs kids. Also, if anybody listening out there has special needs children that would like to participate and be involved.
I was going to ask that. What if somebody hearing this right now is like, hey, I want my child to participate?
Go to SOTexas.org and look up their website and get involved, participate, because when you go to these events that we have in these areas, it's just so humbling to see these kids light up.
All ages?
All ages. And we are, I know I heard y'all talking about Dallas earlier. We are very competitive with the East region here in Houston, and Houstonians are so generous, and we're just so appreciative of our community because, as you said earlier, we almost raised $2 million with this organization. We're going to keep pushing and keep hustling. So, again, from HPD's behalf, we're very appreciative.
And you're all doing this on your own free time. So here you are. You put your lives on the line every single day of your life. Yes. You're out there. It could be your last day, and we thank you for your service. But then you've got free time, and you choose to do this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love it.
It's awesome. And something that I want you guys to know is that we have a friendly competition.
Okay, tell us about it.
We are competing. Texas Roadhouse against another Texas Roadhouse. Brother against brother. Sister against sister.
All right. So you know which location raised the most?
We are going to be at Kingwood tonight. So we are menacing.
We got the Kingwood team in here.
It is a threat that we're in Kingwood tonight, guys. So come on. Come out to Kingwood and show up.
I'm about to crack my taser out. You need to come out. You need to come out to 1960 and 290.
That's fine.
You come by. That's the one we're going to be at.
I'm going to add something too, because we're in Pearland. Y'all come to Pearland because we're going to make sure we take care of y'all over there.
Hold on, no, you got to come out to the Texas Roadhouse at 4807 Waterview Meadow Drive
in Richmond.
It's going to be the war of not of the roses, but it is going to be the war of the Texas Roadhouse.
War of the Roadhouses today for Special Olympics. This is fantastic. I love the spirit. It is all about Special Olympics Texas. It's the 16th annual Tippecop event benefiting Special Olympics Texas, which means, guys, if you're just tuning in to the Roula and Ryan show, you're like, wait, what's the party going on I just tuned into? Because every 20 seconds, somebody new has joined our show. We have a bunch of law enforcement in here. We've got Special Olympics in here. We've got Texas Roadhouse in here. And it's all about tonight, 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you are hungry, even if you're not, go into a Texas Roadhouse.
Go in there and
whatever the neighborhood is that you live in, they're all competing against each other as Texas Roadhouse to see which one will raise the most money for Special Olympics. This is going to be so fun.
Yeah, so it's from 5 to
Pearland,
9.
Kingwood, Richmond, 1960. They've got 17 locations. And you go to SOTX.org if you want to just straight up donate right there because you can't make it out for the fun.
And all the tips that people leave you go directly to Special Olympics.
I love it. People are like, oh, Pearland, I'll be there. We spread far and wide with the Roula and Ryan show signal. So you got a lot of people now rallying for their neighborhood Texas Roadhouses, guys. I'm so curious to know. Cliff, you're going to tell us who wins this.
I will definitely let you know. We're going to let you know.
I think Kingwood is going to win.
No.
The winner is going to be you right now.
The taser's coming out. The taser's coming out. Well, God bless all of you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to come in here for us.
There's no Astros game tonight, so everybody come out to the Texas Roadhouse and take part in this. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Cliff.
And the next time you see a guy on the big screen at the Astros game with the giant orange cowboy hat
during the playoffs,
necklace.
you're always on TV. We'll be walking down the street. Him and I would go to a restaurant and have a few drinks before the game. And all of a sudden he stopped because he's got these overalls, the bright orange, socks on.
Are we calling you out? Do your compadres not even know this about you? How many Astros outfits do you have, Cliff? I've seen you only in head-to-toe Astros gear.
I have a few.
Yeah. He's been on the TV screen for the World Series.
Last year, he brings Milk Duds and stuff. The Milk Duds fell on the floor.
And?
I said, what did I say? I said, I said something about he ate one off the floor. And then they scored a run. So then we're like, we got to start eating the Milk Duds off the floor. It's good luck.
So that's what y'all do now. Y'all just spill the candy and eat it off the concrete.
Anything to get them to score runs.
Hey, man, whatever it is, all about baseball superstitions, I'm here for it. Thank you so much, guys. SOTX.org. Tip a Cop. The event is 5 to 9 tonight. Thank you to all of you for coming in.
So much.
Thank you.
God bless you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
These are the safest airwaves right now.
Exactly.
Everybody listening right now, you're safe.
I don't have to separate you guys from each other.
Don't bring up that taser. Don't bring up that taser. All right, if you missed what happened on Roula and Ryan's Roses today, oh, man, she was cheated on 3 years ago. She had a bad feeling it was happening again. You got to find out what happened next on 104.1 KRBE.